Coming to you live from $1 Million Studios, your boys, Chris Speez,
a.k.a. a tall glass of white milk,
and the benchmark of professional wrestling, Mr. Silky Baines,
a.k.a. that dark chocolate milk.
Speez of the Benchmark Show on a Thursday night, September 13th, 2018. Thank you so much for being with us. All of you joining us here on YouTube or on Periscope, we appreciate you being with us. Or listening to us after the fact on the podcast, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, anywhere you can hear your favorite podcasts. You can hear the Speez and the Benchmark Show. And look, if you're subscribed to the podcast and you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel yet, what the hell are you doing?
What are you doing with your life?
You got to get over to tinyurl.com/SpeezBenchmark and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And vice versa. If you're watching us here live right now, why not subscribe to us and listen to us on the podcast as well? That means you can revisit all the brilliance of this show at any time.
Yes.
And share all the tremendous takes that you're going to hear tonight with all your friends. I know Juanito does that out there on the West Coast.
Juanito.
He's been sharing it with all his friends at work. He's been telling us about that.
Let's leave a tip.
And you can hit us up with the tip jar. That's correct. If you want to support the program, tinyurl.com/SB tip jar, because as Silky likes to say,
these bills need to get paid.
Indeed they do. And of course, for the second night in a row, and from here on forward, if you are watching us live, you can call into the program, 832-93-SILKY. I'm sorry, Silky, go ahead.
832-93-SILKY.
You can call 832-937-4559 and get in on the discussion here on the show. Dr. Huge with us. Oh! Always good to see him, and dropping super hearts on us. So we appreciate that, Dr. Huge. Thank you very much. And let me get the chat going over here as well so that we can see everything that's going on while Silky tells you about his big performance coming up this weekend.
Yes, this Saturday at the Katie's Elks Lodge. I will be wrestling for Domination Zone Wrestling, punching people in the face, kind of what I do, trying to get back to my title that I lost. Technically never got pinned, but you know how it goes.
Yes, indeed we do. So you'll be in action.
I will be in action.
And if you are in and around the Katy, Texas area, then come and check us out. I'll be there as well. Something tells me. I try to get away, but Silky will come and find me and say, okay, we don't need you to do this, but can you come do this?
Yeah.
And that's good, because I like helping out, because it's always a good time. So, before we begin, I always have a before we begin segment here. Now, those of you who are regular viewers of the program know that despite the strong brotherhood that is the Speez and the Benchmark, we do on occasion have our little disagreements. Is that fair to say?
That's fair to say.
It's fair to say.
It's fair to say you're wrong a lot.
On occasion, we disagree. Now, our most recent disagreement, which has gotten a lot of airtime, was whether or not I thought Paul Ellering being left behind by the Authors of Pain was a bad thing. Now, I
still say you said that.
I contend that I said it's not a good thing. Paul Ellering was part of what makes AOP interesting.
And I contend he's full of shit.
So Silky said on the last show that we needed to settle this, and we needed to. No, we're not talking about abortions.
We're not talking about that one.
We needed to settle this. We went back into the archives, and I went back into the archives, and I found the audio
Hold on.
of me talking about Paul Ellering.
Play it. I'm sure you said it. I'm pretty sure.
Are you ready for the... Okay.
I'm sure.
I can't believe I actually went and found this. So this is my actual take on Paul Ellering and whether or not him leaving the Authors of Pain was a good thing. Let's go back to the April the 10th show of the Speez and the Benchmark Show. We're going to go back and listen to the audio. Let's have it. Now, what did you think about Authors of Pain seemingly parting ways with Paul Ellering? I kind of think Paul Ellering is what made them interesting. I'm pretty sure.
First of all,
I'm pretty sure that sounded like me saying AOP is interesting because of Paul Ellering. I'm pretty sure that's what's being said. Maybe we should go. Let's go check it out one more time. Hold on, one more time. Now, what did you think about Authors of Pain seemingly parting ways with Paul Ellering? I kind of think Paul Ellering is what made them interesting. Dance along with the music, people. Speed World's fucking right, y'all. Come on, Silky. You know the words, baby. Sing along. I love it. I love being right. It's great. Oh, sing along with it, Siggy. Come on now.
Really.
You don't like it.
Hold up.
You don't like a little celebrate for you there.
People out there watching know that he does all the technical shit.
Hold on.
All the cool shit you see here.
I'm going to give you a little Randy Orton right now.
He doctored that. I can tell you that much. He doctored that.
Legend killer Speezak right here is what that is. Get the tables dropping mad super hearts on us. Thank you for that.
You were just the worst. You were just
As a matter of fact, I'm pretty fucking awesome because I got that one right. Silky's just mesmerized. Mesmerized! Totally mesmerized by what he's hearing right now. Mesmerized! That's right. Act like you've been there, Speez. Hey, I gotta take a lot of shit from not only Silky, but the guests here on the program as well. So I'm gonna enjoy it.
He doctored that shit.
I doctored nothing.
He doctored that shit.
Got a bunch of new drops here on the show too. You know what Iron Sheik would say if he were here to talk to you about what you just did.
You make a jack off of yourself.
You pretty much did make a jack off of yourself. Oh, Sheiky baby, you gotta love him. It's okay, Silky. We still love you. Everybody still loves you. We got Rebecca Smith here over on the YouTubes. David is with us. Small Channel 2 Electric Boogaloo. I love that. That's great. And Mr. Warren Hayes, who says he arrived at the perfect time, which was probably just in time for me to dance and celebrate the fact that I was right.
Like you.
I want you to remember this the next time you talk about,
I want you to remember
you're wrong and I'm right and that's all proof I need, blah, 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 and all that bullshit. So, because that's what you do sometimes. All right, give us a call on the program here, folks. 832-93-SILKY, 832-937-4559. We want to know your hot takes headed into Hell in a Cell this weekend. Give us your takes on Hell in a Cell. We're going to talk about our picks. We're shit at picking.
We are really bad at this.
Like, this is one thing that we can agree on. Yeah, we're terrible at picking matches.
But I'm calling it now. I'm getting a lot right.
You're going to get a lot. I'm going to move the mic closer to you.
I'm getting a lot right this time.
Okay.
I got this.
You got it.
I got this.
Silky's feeling confident. You guys chime in on the chat line. I don't have any Bailey yet, Sasha Reigns. She doesn't cut many promos, so, you know.
Yeah. Where's the Dana Brooke pictures?
Well, not pictures. We're just going to put random Dana Brooke pictures up on the Talkomania from up there in the Canada. Good to have you guys with us. Give us a call, man. And Baba Ruski, you're here with us as well. It's a great crowd here tonight. Give them a shout out, all the folks on the Periscopes there, Silky.
We got Duke 85 or 585, Anthony from Get the Tables.
Excellent.
Baba
They'll be on
Ruski,
later tonight.
Sasha Reigns.
Dr. Huge in the house.
RJ from The Rant. Kim
Abell from up in New York. Good to have you with us, Kim.
Rupert Heichel.
Okay.
Angel Vega.
And the Talkomania guys. Always good to have you guys with us. And Rebecca Smith. Hey, Small Channel is my son. No kidding. It's a family thing now. How cool is that?
That's what we'd like.
That's outstanding. That is too cool.
Oh, and thank you. My Vader shirt is dope.
It is very dope.
Big fan Vader.
Rebecca says that I should have to do the Too Sweet for doing the celebration dance.
I think you should, just for subjecting them to that.
There's no way. And welcome to the Chris Rucker podcast, because Chris was talking about how he can call in on the show earlier tonight. So I'm glad you joined us.
That dance was goddamn horrendous.
It's not about the dance.
It is.
It's about the fact that Speez was right. You want to say it? Do you want to admit that I was right?
No, I still maintain
I know you don't want to admit it. You should admit that I was right.
I maintain that you doctored that shit. That's what I maintain. And I also maintain that you have a personality that rivals Spore Mold.
That's okay.
See,
I'm hosting the show here, man. I keep this thing going. I keep this whole thing rolling, baby. You got the sweet gig, man. You roll up in the set about 10 minutes before the show starts, sit down, talk some shit, and go home.
Pretty much.
Meanwhile, I got all this shit going on. I'm trying to get phone calls.
You hear that he's
trying to get everything else.
That he does all this shit, so he has the ability to doctor audio.
I doctored nothing. Let's get into Hell in a Cell. And actually, we haven't been on since
SmackDown, really.
Yeah, we haven't been on since SmackDown. And Anthony and the folks over at Get the Tables talked about this on their show on Tuesday. Remember, you can catch them after us tonight. SmackDown Live was a really bad show.
It was,
and we don't rip on WWE just for the sake of ripping on WWE. But look, here's my issue with what's going on there, because there was a lot to complain about with SmackDown Live. You've got all these title matches coming up. all these title matches happening at Hell in a Cell, and you close the show, you close the go-home show before Hell in a Cell with Brie Bella versus Maurice, two women who haven't been in the ring in forever, and that's the shit that you're going to close the show with? You don't even have AJ Styles and Samoa Joe. AJ Styles, the champion, the WWE champion, on your show, doesn't even make an appearance. He makes some bullshit videotaped appearance, as does Samoa Joe.
I like Samoa Joe's, though. It was kind of cool.
The little story time thing was cool.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, it's a little different than the... It's WWE Joe, definitely. Like, I don't see him doing that back in Ring of Honor days. He'd just be more of the, like, I'm going to beat your ass, and that's it. Like, here's my story. I'm going to beat your ass. End of story.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. So that was extremely disappointing.
It was just like a whole schmoz. It was not good.
Yeah, and so you've got that going on. You've got Samoa Joe not being there. You've got AJ Styles not being there. Is it a case where we're promoting too many shows? Because we got into a discussion about this the other day. You've got Hell in a Cell going on. You've got Evolution going on. You've got the Australia show coming on. You got all this shit that you're trying to just throw against the wall and see what sticks, and you're pushing all this shit at the same time. Are they just overextending themselves?
It could be. I mean, you definitely don't want to split focus. And I think that maybe with all of these being so close, you kind of have to. So, but definitely hindsight, I would say I wouldn't have put these three shows so close together that you're constantly always promoting one over the other. And so at the end of the day, the audience is like their interest is pulled three different directions.
Exactly. Well, and Anthony talked about it because he's in San Antonio. He's got tickets for the show. He ponied up to get great seats for the show. Mm-hmm. And he's like, I feel like all this shit that they're talking about going on in Australia and all this other kind of stuff, I'm sitting here going, hey, what about me? I just paid a shit ton of money for this show coming up this weekend. You know, the one that you guys fucking forgot about?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just disappointing. I would be disappointed if I spent a shit ton on tickets and they didn't even mention it. So yeah. Rebecca Smith says the story time with Joe was the highlight. So that says a lot.
Yeah. And
that's pretty true. When a show on the WWE network for that night is the thing that sticks in everyone's mind, it's saying how bad things can get on the main shows. That's true. I mean, it's unfortunate.
According to Stephanie, they listen to their fans.
Yeah, we saw that as well. So
let's go to a call.
Let's go to our phone callers. It seems like our auto screening is giving us trouble on both lines, so we're just going to take you who have been holding longest. What's going on? You are on the Speez and the Benchmark Show. What's your name?
It doesn't matter what your name is.
Sorry.
You're the consummate hero.
Okay.
I'm talking about me and Richard. Someplace you cannot get into.
This is insanity. Keep going, man. I like what you're doing. Oh, I see.
Scott Steiner.
The genetic freak Scott Steiner joining us here on the show. So, well, that's always good. So, what do you think? What do you think going into the weekend, Mr. Steiner? Are you excited about what's happening?
Oh.
I don't know if he was excited about that or not. So. He's not excited about what's going on this weekend. Let me ask you this: what do you think of Samoa Joe?
Fat.
That's right. Yeah. He's
That fat bastard, you call him Sloppy Joe.
See, you got to call him Sloppy Joe. So, all right then.
If you ever sell the additional fight, I'm going to take you. That $1 million body, and you're going to be fucking nobody else to a good bit strong.
All right. Well, this has been very interesting, Mr. Steiner. Thank you for calling the show. We appreciate it. Okay, we got Scott Steiner calling us in the program here. So that was fantastic. Always good to hear from
what happens when it's live.
Mr. Steiner. Yeah, that's exactly right. Has arranged for the house I want to sell. Okay, this ought to be an interesting one. Let's head to our other line. What's going on? You're on the air with Speez and the Benchmark.
It's Sasha Raines.
Sasha Raines. What's going on? How are you?
Good.
So You're probably not too excited about Hell in a Cell because your girl Sasha Banks is not there. I keep wanting to say Sasha Reigns now because you refer to yourself as Sasha Reigns. That's what you've done to my brain here.
Yes, I am. But I'm very excited to see Roman.
And Sasha did call and she actually hit us up on the Twitters to want to know if she could be our Roman Reigns correspondent here on the show. So,
Sure.
We gotta see, because, she is the Sasha Banks correspondent on the Dr. Huge show. So we don't want to, be pulling her in two different directions. Don't want to cause any issues there with our buddy Dr. Huge. But what do you think of Roman's chances headed into the weekend, Sasha? You like his chances?
I think you might get involved with it.
You think so?
Yes, because if they win their tag team titles, they might come out and save him.
That could be the case. Yeah, see Doc saying, how dare she? He's a sensitive guy, that Dr. Huge, sometimes about these things, which shocks me because listen to his show. It all just rolls off his back. It's no big deal. He's a good man. We like him. So you got Roman winning the match this weekend.
Yes, I do.
Okay, what happens if Roman Reigns loses the matches? What's going to happen in the Sasha Reigns household if Roman does not come out on top? It's what now?
I may not watch the Raw after.
She may not watch the Raw after. I think you're losing. I hope WWE's listening, Sasha, because they don't want to lose one of their most loyal fans. So hopefully they pay attention and Roman gets the victory this weekend. Anything else you're looking forward to on the Hell in a Cell show?
Yes, Ronda versus Alexa.
All right, and who do you got in Ronda versus Alexa? Do you give Alexa any shot whatsoever at winning that match?
No.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I think it's going to go longer than the SummerSlam match, but it's still going to be goddamn chaos. And, Mickie James, Alicia Fox, and whatever the fuck she decides to come to the ring in. And then, Natalya will probably get involved. Maybe the Bellas. Like, it's going to be a whole to-do just to make her save face and still not, or keep the title.
That's right. But we all agree that Ronda is coming out with the title, yes?
I'm pretty sure, yes.
You agree with that, Sasha Reigns?
Yes, I do.
Excellent. Well, I'll tell you what, Sasha, we will look forward to talking to you on Monday night after Raw, provided that Roman retains the title, and you can call us then and fill us in on what you thought of the main event, Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman, Hell in a Cell. How's that sound?
That sounds good.
Excellent. Sasha Reigns, everybody, thank you for the call, man. We will see you on Monday night.
You're welcome.
All right, take care. Sasha Reigns on the line there. You can get in as well, 832-93-SILKY. Sorry, go ahead.
832-93-SILKY.
832-937-4559 is the number. So, back to SmackDown. We did have one match that was finalized on SmackDown. There was Rusev Day taking on The Bar, with the winner getting a shot at the New Day at Hell in a Cell for the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships. And, of course, Rusev Day coming away with the victory there. Now, I say, of course.
Yeah, like, I kind of thought it was going to be The Bar again.
I was going to say, were you surprised that Rusev Day got the win there?
I was very surprised.
It seemed like people were very excited.
I was honestly fast-forwarding through it because I was like, it's a foregone conclusion that The Bar win. And then I caught, like, one frame where it's, like, English, I think, his hand was raised, and I played it. I'm like, oh, shit, they won.
Yeah. Warren Hayes says the tag match was fun, and I totally agree. The tag match was a lot of fun. And the fact that Rusev Day gets a shot at the titles now.
Yeah.
That should
Hopefully they'll do something. And I honestly think that the New Day are just transitioning the belts over to Rusev Day.
I agree. I don't know that they come out with the belts this weekend, but I think
I do. I feel like they come out with the belts this weekend.
The New Day's reign will probably be a short one, but we'll get to our official picks on that in just a little bit. So, not a lot else going on SmackDown Live this week. It was really disappointing, to be honest with you.
Yeah, this whole go home, like, Raw wasn't that great, and SmackDown, like, normally that's the show. I mean, that's your last chance to sell people who may be on the fence about watching your shit to watch your shit, and then they basically didn't give us anything to say.
Yeah, Aiden is the best friend that everyone deserves, says says our buddy Mr. Warren Hayes. So that's good. I totally agree with you there. Let's see what's going on the YouTube. Sorry for you guys. I'm falling behind here. Let's see. My hopes, Baron Corbin will grab the crap out of that briefcase and cash it in, says Rebecca Smith. Successfully, but she can dream. David agrees that he likes Baron Corbin as well.
I don't see it.
Welcome to Ralph Smith joining us over there on the YouTubes. Glad to have you with us as well. And all you guys, feel free to chime in on what you think. We're here in the hot takes. We're going to get to our hot takes, our picks, which are probably going to be shitty because we're not very good at that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Aren't the New Day scheduled to defend the belts at Super Show?
Maybe, but I mean...
Not to say they can't change it at the last minute. They'll do that, Bobaruski, because we had... I can't remember the one belt that was on the line that was supposed to be at the house show here in Houston, and then they changed up the card and the commercial changed and everything else. So, we'll see how that all plays out. They'll still watch the shit, though. Yeah, they definitely will. They definitely will watch it. Got another phone caller coming in here. Let's see. Our auto screen failing again. Our auto screen's not really doing us much good. We might actually have to actually hire a screener.
Yeah, we might have to.
I say hire like we'd pay somebody, but with all the interns we got knocking down the doors here at $1 Million Studios, maybe it's time to stop beating them away with a stick and let one of them come inside.
Speaking of $1 Million Studios, I think when we expand, that is when we really need to get the interns. And you know who we're going to call?
Oh, I know who we're going to call as far as expansion.
Yes. We're going to call Travis Wallach.
Our good buddy Travis Wallach with Prestige Properties, proud sponsor of the Speez and the Benchmark Show. 713-882-4609 is his phone number. Look, Travis deals in residential. He deals in commercial properties. We're out here. Let me tell you something. We're out here in Katy, Texas. Silky Banes just bought a new house, brand new neighborhood. There's neighborhoods blowing up all over Katy, Texas. Because, it might be 1,000 degrees here in Houston, but what just opened right down the street from us? Typhoon, Texas, big-ass water park.
Boom.
Literally right down the street.
Boom.
It's a beautiful thing. We got neighborhoods
Travis
popping up.
can get you here.
Yeah, Travis can not only get you here, but that little box that you're in up in New York City, that crappy 500 square foot economy apartment that you're paying
Boston, that's where you
$2,000 a month for. Dude, you can have more house than you could ever want down here in Texas. And the man that's going to get it for you is our buddy Travis Wallach. Prestige Properties, trav777 at gmail.com. Sorry, travw777 at gmail.com. Or you can give him a call, 713-882-4609. Proud sponsor of the Speez and the Benchmark Show. We love shouting out sponsors.
Yes, we do.
I don't mind interrupting the show to shout out sponsors because, damn it, they're sponsoring our show. And how cool is that?
That is cool.
That is very
Now let's
very
take a phone call.
Now let's get to our phone caller. You are on with the Speez and the Benchmark Show. What's going on?
What's up, man? This is Juanito. To let you guys know, keep up with the good show. And I just got two things to say to you guys. This show is too sweet, and fuck The Rock.
God dang it. Thank you, Juanito. We appreciate the call. Juanito checking in just to say fuck The Rock.
Yeah. I mean,
and drop a too sweet on me because now you see why.
Sweet.
No, we're not doing the too sweet. You see why I had to do what I did earlier. All of you questioning my little celebration here is because I have to put up with shit like that all the time. Silky
I'm surprised he didn't
trying
say
to get the callers to antagonize me.
I'm surprised he didn't say fuck the revival.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised he didn't say fuck the revival too. But
I know.
I'm glad he didn't. We always appreciate Juanito checking in with us. All right, let's get to the actual Hell in a Cell card.
Prediction time.
This is where we want to hear your hot takes.
I'm ready. Hold on.
We're going to go match by match. Negro Damas is warming up here. He's got the music ready and everything.
There you go. Let's do this. Bang.
And we're going to do our picks right now. We want to know your picks as well, so chime in the chat room and let us know. See, don't too sweet, Juanito. They know what's up. Ralph Smith says, my wife loves your show. Oh, Ralph Smith, husband of Rebecca Smith, father of Small Channel 2 Electric Boogaloo. The whole family literally is listening and watching the show on YouTube. You guys are badass. Awesome. That is awesome. So, how cool is that?
Predictions. Let's get to these predictions.
See, look, we want the too sweet. Somebody else want the too sweet.
Too sweet.
We're not doing the fucking too sweet, Silky.
Come on.
I don't too sweet. It doesn't happen.
I say, Hell in a Cell, I get more right than you. You have to too sweet me on there.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But we're going to go through it anyway. So you guys chime in with us. Alistair Fiend, thank you for the Super Hearts, sir. And welcome to you. If you were already with us, glad to have you back. But thank you for the Super Hearts. We appreciate that. No, Sasha, we're not doing the too sweet. Stop it. Stop it right now. Okay, let's start off. Main event of the evening. Should we work from the main event down or should we work from the undercard up?
Let's work from the undercard up.
Let's work from the undercard up. All right. Let's start out with Jeff Hardy taking on Randy Orton inside Hell in a Cell. Jeff Hardy has said in the past that he'd like to go out with a Hell in a Cell match. Could be very interesting. Could we be seeing the end for Jeff Hardy? He's getting up there. Brother Matt is, Lord only knows where he is.
Jeff Hardy. I'm going Randy Orton because he's going to totally pull a Shane, jump off the cage, miss, go through the table, blah, blah, blah. And then RKO 1, 2, 3. Randy Orton wins.
Randy Orton wins. You know what? I'm going to agree with you there. I'm going to go with Randy Orton myself because I think if this is Jeff Hardy's send-off, him going out on a win would be nice. But I think Randy Orton getting the win.
It's old school.
Walking away.
Come in on top, go out on bottom.
That's exactly right. You put over anybody you can on your way out the door. That's the way it's always been done. And if this is the end for Jeff Hardy, and it very well might be, and God, how great a career has that guy had? We talked about this last week.
Yeah, I mean,
and you.
I'm just not a Jeff Hardy fan. I'm just not.
Yeah, and that's fine.
I mean, he's a step above. He's Shane, but actually trained.
I'm not going to get into this again because it was disappointing. Bobaruski says Randy Orton. Ralph Smith's got Jeff Hardy. Rebecca says Randy Orton. And the family tiebreaker is Small Channel 2 Electric Boogaloo saying Randy Orton as well. So it looks like most of us have got Randy Orton there. Asuka saw Matt Hardy live. That's pretty cool. Asuka. I say Asuka. It's actually Sasha. Yeah. Sasha Reigns has a million different usernames, and it's really tough to keep up with them all. But that's okay. Great career with a lot of setbacks. I totally agree. I think Jeff Hardy is one of those guys that...
He jumps off shit.
Well...
You know who else jumps off shit? Shane McMahon.
Stop it. What I was going to say is that had the drugs and alcohol not been as much of a problem for Jeff Hardy, I think his career...
still would have just jumped off shit.
No, I think things would have been a lot different for Jeff Hardy.
I don't really think so.
And he's had a great career up until now. You can't deny he's had a great career.
No, I can't deny he's had a great career.
Totally okay that you don't like him. That's people like what they like. But it's a shame that he lost as much time as he did just being a knucklehead. But it happens from time to time.
Well, it's probably because he jumps off shit a lot when he was younger, and he needed that to cope with the pain that his body was going through from jumping off shit a lot.
Well, that could be it.
You know who else jumps off shit? Shane McMahon. Just throwing that out there.
I know you throw that out there all the time, and I say the same thing every time.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Because there's no comparison whatsoever. Now, see, you got people talking about Shane McMahon. Son of a bitch. We got Sasha over on the Periscope, so I wonder when Shane will be back. And Ralph, I miss Shane. Shane McMahon is a steaming turd. He is a boil on the ass of the WWE.
Who just so happens to do all the shit that Jeff Hardy does.
Popped and removed because it's
he just so happens to do all the shit that Jeff Hardy does.
No,
he's a goddamn fucking idiot.
That's exactly what he is.
Yeah.
We don't need any more Shane McMahon. Stephanie McMahon being away is nice. Shane being away is nice. I'll give you this: he's better than Stephanie as far as his ring work goes.
Yeah, probably. I would say that.
Actually, he's better.
He had more of a body of work though. Like Stephanie only really had a handful of matches, even back in the day. Even when she was women's champ, she really didn't defend the title. So
that's true. Yes, a steaming turd just like Stephanie, says Rebecca. See, Rebecca and I are on the level. We get each other. She and I.
Yeah, that's nice. So let's go on.
Bob Ruski's like, yeah, I'm not a Shane McMahon fan at all. Let's move right along to Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella taking on The Miz and Maurice. The big go-home main event from SmackDown Live.
I'm going to go with, part of me wants to say Miz and Maurice. I think that would be a great thing to keep it going of, hey, I beat you, and then me and my wife beat you. But, of course, it's going to be through dirty tactics and shit. But I'm going to say WWE booking style, 50-50. We're going to give this one to Daniel Bryan and Brie.
I got to agree with you again. I hate to keep agreeing with you, but I'm totally with you. 50-50 booking, and we get another match between Daniel Bryan and The Miz. Hopefully they give it some time to breathe and maybe come back to it at WrestleMania. If we know WWE, probably not. We'll probably see it 3 or 4 times before we get back to WrestleMania. Thanks to Phillips Gaga there for the comment there. As long as Brie doesn't do any more dives, I'll be fine. Yeah,
That was pretty bad.
Did she not make a comment along the lines of she's put on a couple of pounds over the years after not having been in the ring?
No, don't do that.
I'm serious. I think that's what she said. She said that was the reason that she had trouble on the dive, is because she's not as light as she used to be. Did she not say that? Somebody tell me.
She is like not big at all. So she just didn't happen.
I'm just telling you what she said. I don't know.
Vegan Jesus.
Daniel is a vegan Jesus. That's true. Rebecca Smith calls it a botch fest or a potty break. So she's not really feeling that one.
I'm looking forward to it just for the Miz Daniel Bryan interaction and stuff like that. I actually like the spot miss with Maurice and Brie from SmackDown. I just don't think they should have closed the show with it.
No, I agree. I didn't have a problem with them being in the ring.
No, and I had no problem with the spot and how they really didn't do the match and stuff, but like not as your main event of the go home show before a pay-per-view. That's my only.
Totally agree. Couldn't agree more. Okay, good. Because Bob Ruski's saying don't do that. She's not fat. I totally agree she's not fat. I'm just telling you what she said. And thankfully Rebecca Smith says she saw it on Twitter today as well. So I'm not crazy. I'm not just making this up. It's, it was actually out there, which is insane. Ralph says that Daniel Bryan needs to brush his hair as well.
I'm just going to say I'm a lot larger than her, and I still can do that dive.
That's true.
I've done that dive. So weight wasn't the thing. It was, every now and then you fuck up. You don't get a good enough jump or something. Your feet clip the rope. Any number of things. That's why it's a high-risk move.
It is. And Warren Hayes says that's a dumb reason, which it is. But
ring rust, that's probably the best reason.
Yeah, definitely. So, all right, so far you and I have got Randy Orton over Jeff Hardy, Hell in a Cell. Mm-hmm. We've got Brie and Daniel Bryan over Miz and Maurice. And again, guys, feel free to give us a call. Chime in on the phone lines if you like. 832-93-SILKY, 832-937. Sorry.
832-93-SILKY.
That's as obnoxious as the Too Sweet. It's not as obnoxious, but it's close. So I'm probably not going to do that ever either. So you're just going to have to keep reminding me.
You're just such a wet blanket.
I was just dancing like a crazy person for being right earlier. Having a great time, playing a little music, getting the people fired up.
Terrible person.
I know everybody was dancing at home. Don't act like you weren't.
Terrible. So bad.
It was a lot of fun, and they enjoyed it. Let's move right along to the New Day against Rusev Day. We talked about this a little bit already.
Yeah. And I'm going to go with, I think Rusev Day gets the titles.
All right. I am going to disagree. I'm staying with the New Day. I will be stunned if Rusev Day actually gets the win.
I really think that the New Day are just transitional champs at this point to pass it on to Rusev Day.
Could be right. And I was actually thinking Rusev Day earlier on in the evening, but the more I thought about it, I was like,
Rusev Day, Sasha Reigns agrees with me. Because I think it's really because of the fact that they want to push Rusev Day as a heel tag team so bad, despite the fans loving them, that if they had won the titles from, I don't even remember who the fuck had them. Oh, the Bludgeon Brothers.
Bludgeon Brothers, because of
they would be faces in that situation. So I think that's why the New Day took them off the Bludgeon Brothers so they can pass them to Rusev Day. So
I could see that.
And so Rusev Day can be the heels of the situation.
I could see that. And shout out to Ralph Smith. We appreciate the comment, man. I got the whole family listening to the show over there, so that's always a good time. New Day will be carrying those titles into the Super Showdown, says Rebecca Smith. They still are more popular than Rusev Day, especially with the kids. Yeah, I agree.
That's not a wrong take either.
No, it's not. And for whatever reason, we were talking about how Rusev Day was probably on their last legs. Looked like Aiden English was on his way out the door, and they might not even be around anymore. And then all of a sudden, here they are winning #1 contenders matches and getting title shots. We'll see.
Royalty. He's wrestling. Aiden English is wrestling royalty.
I guess he must be doing something
right. He's in the
right.
Guerrero family by marriage, but it's still in the family, right?
Well, okay. Ralph Smith is over the New Day. I still enjoy the New Day.
I enjoy it to an extent. I enjoy their matches.
Their matches are so good.
Their shtick is getting kind of old to me too.
Thank you, Get the Tables, for inviting your followers. I appreciate that. Any of you others who want to invite your followers as well, we always appreciate that. Get some more folks in here to chat with us. Yeah, I mean, you could take away all the comedy with the New Day, and you could just make them a straight heel tag team or a straight face tag team, whatever you want to do, and they'd still be spectacular because they just put on such good matches. They're such good performers. I think a lot of people are ready for the New Day to be singles acts at this point.
I just don't see any of them. Only one that I see, honestly, could be a success is Big E, and that's only because he's so much massive. He's like Kofi.
Kofi had a decent run.
He had a decent run, but he's done what he's going to do. Like, I don't see Kofi as a world champion. He may get Intercontinental US, that type of shit. And Xavier Woods, maybe around the same success as Kofi had before forming the New Day. Honestly, what I think Xavier more goes to 205 Live.
Xavier is he's kind of the underrated guy. I think he's very good.
He's very talented in the ring, but I still just think that
they work better as a tag team.
They work better. I think at this point they need to stay as a tag team because they will all go into obscurity once they're broken up.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. But okay, well, first time we disagree. I got New Day. You got Rusev Day coming up. Thank you, Sasha Reigns, for inviting your people as well. That is very kind of you. Sorry, I'm hitting buttons on Silky's phone and screwing things up here inadvertently.
What the fuck are you doing?
I'm trying to look at the thing with the thing here. That thing. There you go. That's what I was looking for. Right there.
Anyway. So next would be
the Shield versus...
What I like, he put on his notes, Ziggentire,
because I had to shorten it up a little bit. But Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre. This is an interesting one. I think it's an intriguing matchup. I'm going to get this out of the way because it needs to be said. It's absolutely absurd that the Revival is not in this goddamn match. It irritates me to no end. I'm just going to get this over real quick.
No.
Bunch of horse shit because the Revival had a tag team title shot. They got screwed out of the title shot by Ziggler and McIntyre. It's total bullshit. And then they don't even get a rematch. They don't get another shot. They don't get a chance on the pay-per-view. They're just sitting home. They're not even on the fucking pay-per-view.
You know what Sheik would say about
You
that?
are a fucking jabroni piece of garbage.
I'm not. Just because I'm right. Alistair Fiend asked if we were on Twitch too. Not right now, Alistair Fiend. We'll get on Twitch eventually. We're trying not to split up the audience too much. We don't want to people all over the place. Try to keep everybody in relatively the same spot anyway. But let's get back to this match now that I'm through
Shield
ranting.
And Ziggler, I'm going with... Ooh, this is a good one.
It's a tough one.
This really is. I'm going to go with McIntyre and Ziggler.
I think I'm going to have to agree with you.
Just because I just don't see the Shield winning the match, especially since Roman, we'll come to my Roman pick, but I just, with the results of what I feel is going to happen in the Roman Braun match, I don't see the Shield winning.
That's fair. I'm with you on that one. I think McIntyre and Ziggler keep it. I wouldn't be shocked if the Shield won, but with Rollins already holding the Intercontinental title, for him to hold the tag team title on top of that, I think
that's not unheard of.
It isn't unheard of, but
I feel honestly, and like I said, I think I called it on the last show. I think that McIntyre and them go into their match with the Revival, and the Shield cost them the match just to fuck them over, fuck them out the titles.
Could be.
So Revival still have a chance, a very slim chance, but they have a chance of walking out of this whole shenanigans as the tag team champs.
Welcome to Nathan McFly, who says it's too early for McIntyre and Ziggler to lose the title. I tend to agree. It might be a little early in the game for them to lose them. Ralph Smith trying to start some trouble in his own home here by saying that Baron Corbin messed over the Revival. Being, of course, married to Rebecca Smith, who's one of the biggest Baron Corbin fans on earth. But yes, he did. I would love for him to be 2 belts again. Oh, he's saying about
2 titles.
About Seth Rollins. We'll see. But we both got McIntyre and Ziggler. We'll see how that one plays out. On to the ladies. Ronda Rousey, Alexa Bliss. I'll go first on this one. No way in hell Ronda Rousey loses this match unless it's by disqualification or something ridiculous like that, or maybe gets counted out and some bullshit. Put it to you this way, she's keeping the title. I'm going with Ronda Rousey. There's no way in hell she loses.
I am pretty much the same. I'm pretty sure everyone's going to say Ronda.
Are we going to get at least an entertaining match out of this one?
I'm hoping that this one will be a little bit better than...
Because the last one was
last one was just pure shite.
It was absolutely terrible.
goddamn horrendous.
They screwed the Revival, and you're picking Ziggler, says Alistair. Well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, because
I can't help it, Alistair. Rousey isn't going to lose. I frankly don't care either way, says Rebecca.
Pretty much. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
at this point, that's what you get for putting the belt on her this early. Because what, are you going to have her lose it and then get it back before? I mean, you got to figure she at least goes into Mania as the champ, at least Royal Rumble as the champ.
Maybe Survivor Series.
Survivor Series, I should say.
Yeah.
Well, definitely Survivor Series. I would say.
I think she'll definitely go there in November. But outside of that, then we'll see.
Let's see. Babaruski says, no way in hell Ronda loses. Totally agree there. Sasha's got Ronda. Says maybe a Nia Jax return. We haven't seen her lately, so we'll see. Alistair Fiend says, go Ronda. And Ralph thinks Ronda's freaking great. So I think she's going to win.
Yeah.
We'll agree with you on that one for sure. All right, in the other women's title match, we've got Charlotte Flair taking on Becky Lynch.
Becky Balboa? No more Becky Balboa?
No more Becky Balboa. I will say this.
I was entertained by that spot, too.
This has been an excellent, excellent, excellent build. They've done a very, very good job building this.
I think, honestly, if you're not going to put Joe and AJ inside Hell in a Cell, this should have been the second match they put.
Couldn't agree more. I think this was a perfect... In fact, if you were going to have a first women's Hell in the Cell match, this type of build should have led to that first women's Hell in a Cell match. I mean, I like the Charlotte-Sasha match, don't get me wrong. But something like this...
Well, I mean, this is definitely a better, because this would have added that layer of personal.
Absolutely. That's what I mean.
With the Sasha-Charlotte match from last year's Hell in a Cell, it was one of those, we're just going to put them inside Hell in a Cell. First time ever. Like, there was their normal build. It wasn't like a hatred. It was, they were fighting for the title. And they're like, we're going to put them inside Hell in a Cell. It wasn't as personal as this Becky-Charlotte feud. So I think they missed a huge opportunity to not put this inside Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, I agree.
I get you want Roman and Braun. That's why you added Mick Foley and whatnot. You want that to be the main. You don't want to have any conflict over, well, WWE or Universal, which one's the actual main event. So you put that inside Hell in a Cell and you make the WWE title just a regular match. I get that. But for the second Hell in a Cell match, there's no way it should not have been this match.
Yeah,
I'm pumped for this match. I'd be super pumped if this was inside Hell in a Cell.
Couldn't agree more. I go with Charlotte Flair on this one, although it's
Becky.
a very tough pick.
I'm going Becky.
And
I feel like they're doing this to establish her as a heel, which she's knocked it out the park.
Agree.
And I think they put the title on her as a heel. Because there's, old school wrestling 101. There's more money in the face chasing the championship than actually being the champion.
Well, that would, again, if we go back to the whole Becky heel turn, that was my take on why I didn't like Becky turning heel. Welcome to the Smart Spot, guys. Good to have you with us. That's why I didn't like Becky turning heel in the first place. I think Becky chasing heel Charlotte, like you say, Wrestling 101, I think that would have been brilliant. But to Becky's credit, she's done a good job with this.
Yeah,
I did not see her succeeding.
I think she's knocked it out of the park as far as that goes. And I spoke on it, I like the difference. Like, it's not what you expect. You expect Charlotte to be the heel. So it's nice to give every now and then give them something different. Yeah,
I agree with you. Rebecca Smith says Becky all the way. I think this build-up was what would draw people. She thought it would be what would draw people to Evolution. So why waste it on Hell in a Cell? But they're doing it anyway. Alistair Fiend's got Becky. Ralph has Charlotte, as does Sasha Reigns. And Nathan McFly says, I'm not too sure if Charlotte pulls it out because of how the women's title has been booked. We shall see. And the Smart Spot guys have got Charlotte winning dirty. Could we see could we potentially see the rarely busted out double turn here?
No.
You don't see a double turn, no. Charlotte going heel, Becky going face.
No.
It's very difficult to execute, let alone execute well.
No, I don't see that. I mean, I can still see Charlotte winning dirty, but only as a old school method of, like, Becky's trying her ass off to cheat, and so Charlotte does it, but does it better and does not get caught. And so that gives Becky even more thing of, like, pissiness and stuff of like she fucking cheated.
Yeah, I hear
all
you.
that.
I hear you. So Charlotte just cheating because Becky was trying to cheat her more. I see.
Yeah.
Electric Boogaloo says, Becky, I agree with the fact that the build-up with her turning heel was clearly setting up for something. And again, we're applying logic to WWE booking, so we'll see if that...
to some stuff that normally doesn't have logic.
We'll see if that comes back to bite us. So you guys still got some time to get in on the phone calls if you want to give us a ring and talk about these last few matches. AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe.
That fat bastard, you call him Sloppy Joe.
I'm not going to call him Sloppy Joe, Mr. Steiner. We'll call him Samoa Joe. Negrodamus moment here.
Samoa Joe is the new WWE champion.
All right, well, he's serious about this one because
I'm serious this
he busted
time.
out the
This time.
the Negrodamus music. I'm with you. I think this is Joe's time. It's got to be Joe's time.
But you know, the game comes out. I thought you wanted AJ to still be the champ because the game is.
That's right. The game hasn't come out yet. Ooh, that's true. I'm going AJ Styles. I'm changing my pick.
God, you're such a...
I'm going AJ Styles.
It's just so...
Because WWE 2K19 is coming out. Cover boy AJ Styles is going to get the big win.
Joe's going to win.
I hope Joe wins. I think heel Joe champ would be awesome. I'm with the Smart Spot guys. I think he deserves the title.
I think heel Joe wins
so
the title. Long as they don't, I just hope that they don't do any like stupid gimmick shit with like, because he's been bringing the family. Remember the one time the wife, I think it was, that was the Triple H Stephanie one where she turned on him and whatnot. That was TNA. I think they did something similar in TNA where it was the wife of a wrestler, and so everyone assumed she'd be with that wrestler, and then she turned on him. But, they were clearly married.
Remember that at all.
That must have been the shits then, because I don't remember.
I mean, it was TNA, so yes, it probably was the shits.
Okay. Bobaruski agrees that it's tricky with the game coming out. It's just one of those weird things that they're conscious about, which you wouldn't think that they would be, but they got a lot of stuff going on that we don't always think about.
So
Samoa Joe, I hope, says Rebecca Smith. AJ's getting a little long in the rain. Electric Boogaloo. Yeah, they're all talking about, Wendy. The Bedtime Story Joe promo was fire. Totally agree, Smart Spot. That was great. And welcome to Brooke, who's with us. I'm not crazy about Hell in a Cell this year. Not enough build-up and enough matches. There's been some good build-up. I like the Joe AJ build-up. And I like what was the other one we were talking about? That was good. The Randy Orton, Jeff Hardy build-up was good. Charlotte Becky build-up was all right.
The build-ups have been rather good. It's just, like I say, the build-up to the Hell in a Cell matches haven't been a little lackluster, in my opinion.
Were you talking about Stephanie and Test? That's what Nathan McFly is asking about.
I might have been.
Was it? Okay.
But I know TNA did something similar, too, and it was just goddamn horrendous.
It wasn't very good. All right. Well, I've got... I'm going to stick with AJ, then. Stick with AJ. You got Samoa Joe. I'm immediately second-guessing that pick, but I'm going to stick with AJ anyway. All right, that brings us to what will more than likely be the main event. I don't know if they've announced this at the main event, but I'm sure it will be.
100%.
Thanks, Smart Spot. Appreciate it. You guys have a good show tonight. Thanks for dropping by to see us. Roman Reigns, Universal Champion, taking on Braun Strowman inside Hell in a Cell with Mick Foley as your special guest referee. I don't think there's any way that Roman loses the title this soon. Again, I could see some scenario where, we get this schmaz, as Silky likes to call it, and there's run-ins from the Shield and other people and just all kinds of crazy shenanigans, and maybe Braun Strowman wins by disqualification or some bullshit like that.
There's no disqualification in Hell in a Cell.
Oh, that's true. But it is WWE. They'd find a way to do it.
It's
the
just...
big dog. Ralph Smith likes the voice clip. See, we got the new stuff coming on, so that's good.
Now,
we're always right here, ready to drop all new voice clips.
Hold all your candy asses!
That's good. Dedicate that one to Juanito because he's he's not a fan of The Rock. KO interference, says Sasha Reigns. We shall see. I got Roman Reigns in this one.
That's kind of the whole point, though, of Hell in a Cell. So no one can interfere.
Well, that's true. But, that's the theory. But again, stranger things have happened.
Yeah, unless they do the whole... jumping before the cage is even lowered.
Mavs fan Brian says, sorry, going to jump off topic here for a minute. Mavs fan Brian says, congrats to Nate on number 5 wedding.
Yeah.
Did he get married again?
He got married again.
Holy shit, I didn't know that. Well, congrats to Nature Boy Ric Flair getting married again, giving it another shot. And thank you, Alistair Fiend, for the Super Hearts. We appreciate that. Okay, let's get to some picks over here. Sorry, go ahead.
I gotta go.
Get to your pick.
I mean, I gotta go Roman.
Yeah,
I gotta go Roman. I can't see.
What's up, England? Good to have you with us as well.
I can't see Roman. Well, right now, I mean they did all that build up. This is a case in point of more money in the face chasing the championship. Is how long has he's been chasing it since fucking WrestleMania 30? Well, no, not 30. What was the one?
WrestleMania 30. No, 31.
31. Since 31, he's been chasing this title, and he finally got it. I don't see it being him lose. I don't see him losing it.
Bob Ruski says there's no doors, so nobody can break in the cell, but a couple of folks have KO or somebody else hiding under the ring, which you could see that happening too. I mean, stranger things have happened. That's what England says.
But I don't see KO really getting involved because right now he has no dog in the fight because he's focused on Lashley.
Yeah, that's why I think it was odd to have him come out with Strowman and all the heels the other day, because it would have been so much cooler. You could have KO come back and cost Strowman the belt and set up that feud and actually have a decent match out of it instead of that bullshit squash match that we got at SummerSlam. So we'll see. Let's see. Rebecca Smith has got Roman Reigns. Shield and the War Dogs interfere. Baron grabs the briefcase in the confusion, cashes in, and wins the title. This is the Rebecca Smith dream scenario. Somehow
Mahal under the ring. Why would Mahal be
Jinder
under the
Mahal
ring?
hiding under the ring. We got all kinds of people running in. Let's see.
They're gonna pull a Hornswoggle and put
yeah, something like that. I don't think
which
they're going to take it off.
Which is a very not safe thing to do.
Yeah. Brooke says she doesn't think they're going to take it off Roman that quickly. I agree. Braun already can do enough damage in the ring. He will most likely win, says Electric Boogaloo. So Mick Foley's hairstylist hiding under the ring. That could very well happen. So let's talk about some of the folks before we get out of here tonight that are not involved in Hell in a Cell. You got a pretty solid group of people that are not here. So these are just some of the names that we aren't seeing, and I'm curious to know.
Now, I mean, who knows? They like to treat the fucking pay-per-view like it's a regular show and add matches the night of.
I agree.
So
I agree.
I wouldn't be surprised if we could see KO and Lashley at Hell in a Cell.
Let's see. Now here's some of the folks that are not involved in the card, and you guys chime in and let us know who you think should have been. You've got U.S. champion Shinsuke Nakamura. You've got Finn Balor. The Bar and the Usos just lost they lost tag team matches on the way to the number one contender, so we don't see them on here. You've got Kevin Owens, Lashley, and Elias. We've already talked about Elias not really wrestling all that much. Bobby Lashley's not there as well.
Yeah, Bobby Lashley, I don't think he's really done a pay-per-view match since the shit with Roman.
Yeah, and then you've also got Asuka, Sasha Banks, and Bayley. So quite a few. Riot Squad, says Sasha Reigns, another group that's not there. The Revival is not there. So anybody in particular that you hear out of that group of folks that you feel like really should have had a shot at being on Hell in a Cell?
Not really, because, I mean, none of them are doing anything of value right now.
I mean, the thing is, if you add somebody in, you got to take somebody out. So, or you just add another match, I guess you could say.
You could add another match, but, like, really, there's no one there doing anything of value to be put on this. I mean, do we want to see fucking Finn Balor and Constable fucking Corbin
for
again?
The 90th time?
Yeah, no, we do not.
Well, we know Brooke is not happy about Finn Balor not being on the show.
Yeah, I understand
that's
that.
That's what Brooke does.
I mean, it is what it is. But, I mean, I wouldn't want to see him against... I like Finn Balor just as much as the next person, but I don't want to see him wrestle Baron Corbin.
Get him in something meaningful. Let's see what some of the names we got coming up here. Why is Mick in the match if he's not taking a bump? We'll see what happens.
I'm sure he will take a bump.
Probably so. Nathan McFly says Nakamura. I could have seen Nakamura potentially, the day before Hell in a Cell. That would be Saturday. They're going to be here in Houston doing a house show. And there's actually a triple threat between Nakamura, Jeff Hardy, and Randy Orton for the U.S. title. Could have seen that happening at Hell in a Cell. I guess it's difficult putting all three of them in the cell.
It'd be fucked up if he ends up dropping it at the house show to one of them.
Yeah, which would be completely crazy.
Yeah, but
Dr. Hugh just got Finn versus Leo Rush. Little 205 action for you there. I think he's just trolling Brooke just to get her fired up. I'm so done with Finn. Never go blackface talking about the face paint of Finn Balor.
Blackface.
Which is
It's acceptable blackface.
Apparently so. Roster is beyond stacked. I totally agree. Yeah, there's a lot of folks that you could make an argument could have been there, but as far as should have, I think they did a pretty good job of getting everybody involved.
Everything that has meaning has a spot on the card. Unfortunately, sometimes it goes like that for some of your favorite wrestlers, where they're really just doing matches. They're not really doing anything of meaning to get a spot on the pay-per-view. Like maybe, and like I say, WWE likes to run their shit like a regular fucking show, so I wouldn't be surprised if some of them do end up on there. Like, I'm almost positive, not enough to go Negro Diamonds on it, but I'm almost positive they will make Lashley and KO before Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, and we haven't had any announcements, and correct me if I'm wrong, anybody in the chat room that's heard otherwise, haven't had any announcements of any pre-show matches. We forgot about Andrade Cien Almas. It's another guy.
Yeah, he's in
who's
definitely
not
a pre-show match.
So, but we'll see what happens. England says he'd like to see Dr. Huge versus Y2 Just Incredible in a Edward 40 hands death match.
Edward 40 hands.
Oh, Lordy. All right, gang. Well, we're looking forward to Hell in a Cell. I know we'll be watching. Probably be watching here from $1 Million Studios, and we'll be talking with you guys on the Twitters, so make sure you're following us at Speez Benchmark. And once again, if you'd like to chip in and contribute to the cause, you can either drop some super hearts on Periscope or hit us up at the tip jar.
These bills need to get paid.
tinyurl.com/SB tip jar. And hit that subscribe button wherever you are. Spread the good word. Like our good friends, the Smiths.
The Smith family.
Out there, the whole family joining us on 3 different devices. That's great.
Bam.
We appreciate the kind words. Nathan McFly, thank you for joining us. We really appreciate that. And thank all of you for watching the show here with us tonight or listening to us on the podcast. Spread the good word. Hit that subscribe button. Head over to the YouTubes. Like the video. Leave a comment. Blah, 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 blah. Silky, anything else before we get out of here tonight?
You are just the worst.
I'm the best, as I proved earlier tonight. And to send you out, it's the Speeds of the Benchmark Show, y'all. It was a good one tonight, let me tell you. A little celebration. You want to dance them out, Silky? You know you want to dance them out. We'll see you guys next time.
Celebrate good times, come on. Let's celebrate.